Every project starts with a plan, but staying on plan, that comes down to resources. Who's available next week? Who's stretched too thin? Who's billing 60% but working 100%? Most teams still manage resources across email, spreadsheets, and hallway conversations. It works until it doesn't. Deadlines slip, workload is uneven, burnout climbs, and leadership still asks, who can take this next job? That's where modern resource management makes the difference. At a glance, see your entire team by skill, location, availability, even language. Need a surveyor in London? Available next week? 3 clicks. Sorted. Time tracking is built in, enabling workflows for approvals, utilization reporting, and financial tracking. Planning headcount before you have names? Use placeholders. Build confidently, staff when ready. Leadership gets visibility. Project managers get clarity. Teams get balance. And because it's part of the Smartsheet platform, your plans, people, and projects stay in sync. At Zenvue, we help organizations design, deploy, and scale smarter resource management built on Smartsheet, delivered with care. Next, Tomasz, our solution architect, will give you an overview of how the resource management solution looks.
To make the most of the resource management in Smartsheet, we need to connect the project plan with resource management. As you can see here, we have some tasks which are assigned to different resources. We also have the allocation, the duration of the task, start and finish date. The columns in green show components that are very important for the resource management because our work will be based on that. So as we can see here, if we have this task called DOT, assist countries in implementing bans and restrictions on the single-use plastics, and we have it scheduled for 10 days with allocation to Tomasz Kowalski for 50%, it means that instead of 8 hours per day, only 4 hours for this task will be assigned to Tomasz from the 20th of August till the 2nd of September. Now if we press this button, it takes us to resource management, and there we can see how the tasks are assigned to different people. As we can see here, we have all the resources that the tasks are assigned to and how the time tracking allows us to see how many hours I worked on the project. As you see, I'm over allocated in all those tasks because I should not work per day more than 8 hours. But for the demo today, I assigned many tasks to myself, which I will now send for approval. So those tasks that I just filled that are a bit darker blue are being sent now to the project owner for approval. From here, let's go to the project portfolio overview. Here I can choose a view that allows me to single out specific projects like these 2 projects, Non-Plastic Africa and Non-Plastic Asia. Over here, I can see more what is happening with this project, what is the detailed schedule, how the tasks are tracking, and other information. I can also go to the schedule for this task, go into more details, and I can see also how all the tasks are being planned for this entire project. If I go here to schedule, I can toggle between views. For example, I can see how people are assigned for different projects and tasks. As you can see here, Tomasz is bit over plan, so it means that to Tomasz is assigned to a lot of tasks, which are marked in red. We can see that, for example, for this period of time, which is end of August, week 34, Tomasz is assigned by 280%. To redistribute, you can simply go here and reassign this task to someone else. When you reassign the tasks, it will show us the resource disciples. The discipline includes things like role and location. With that information, we will already find someone who is matching the same criteria. As you can see, this reallocation has made Tomasz more available. Let's also move this task to someone else. I will reassign it again. So as you can see, all those tasks can be assigned to different people based on their capacity. Let's take a closer look at capacity. Here we can see the different roles across the entire company, how they are planned or booked for the next month. So we can see that, for example, backend developer, which is my assigned role for the demo, is overbooked. We can set up this kind of system for all the roles. We can also change to discipline. So here we can also see how by discipline, we are planning the capacity for all employees. Why the roles and disciplines are so important? It's because in the resource management of Smartsheet, when we set up a new project or we set up our resource management account, it's important to set the rates for disciplines and roles. So for example, the roles will be like developer, marketeer, HR, and so on. And disciplines will be the valuables like junior and senior. So based on that, we can create a matrix that will actually calculate how much we are planning and spending on each of the resources. Here, if we go to the view by project section, as you can see, this is something similar that I showed before. We can see all the projects. And here, if I go to show details of a project Africa, I can see how the different tasks are being planned. And of course, I can modify those tasks here by making them shorter, longer, or move entire tasks to some other dates. And this will automatically change those tasks in our Smartsheet. If we go here to people, you can see that I already created the view just to show people for the plastic projects who are involved. But if we turn this off and show all employees, you can see actually who is working in our organization, what are their skills, disciplines, what is their current office status if they are working, and so on and so on. Again, in my work, I already explained, we have some different approvals here. If we go to the reports, I can choose, for example, the reports that I also created for our No Plastic Africa. One thing that is very important for reports is that the report is based on time and spending. So we can see here that Tomasz is costing €100 probably per hour. And if we change from this week to last month, and we can run exactly the same report again. As you can see, we can see how much Tomasz already put his working hours into the system, what's the difference for what was planned, and how in total how much it will cost us. So we can see here in this report the amounts of hours by project, time and fees, the actual work versus the planned work. We can also change those reports. If we go to the reports again, I have here the utilization report. So it will also show how different people are used by project for different date, how they are utilized by our project, how many hours they are planned, and so on. What is the cool advantage and feature of Smartsheet is that we can create advanced report and we can save the report back to Smartsheet. It will be saved at a dashboard report and sheet. So you will have more power to actually play with it. I think that's all what I can show about resource management. Maybe if we go to settings, to account settings, here's the information about those bill rates. So as you can see, we have created quite many roles and quite many disciplines just to set up what is the hourly rate for each of those roles. So based on that, we can actually create work for people. And if they are submitting their work as for their roles and disciplines, it will have actual impact on our project as well. Thank you.